Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Pocket Captains Plays Pixel Starships. Here we are once again, and been a little busy. I've decided to gear up for the great question to be answered, lasers versus hangars. Here we have a hangar. We have built our heavy-duty ships, because everybody tells me defenders are the way to go, not these little stingers, not the interceptors, although I have to wonder about different combinations. I mean, they're there for a reason. They must serve some useful purpose. And we'll look at that later, whether or not there's some way we can make use of those smaller vessels. But I've seen them blaze away at a shield and not penetrate them for a second. So I have taken the time to make sure that everybody on this crew has the same AI so that, here, let's pop this out for a minute. Show you what I mean. Let's take this. At least I think I got it all right. Let's take him for random. So here we go. There's a hangar, less than 100%, and I've blown it right out of the gate. Look at that. How come I don't have a lasers less than, I got a 50-50 on that one. I missed one. New. Your laser. I've done this like 100 times. Less than this. Target this. Well, I did try to make sure they were all perfect. I wanted a mirror image of hangar versus laser so everybody would behave in exactly the same way, whether they had a hangar or a laser. But I missed one. And wouldn't you know it, it's the very one I went to show you. So let's pretend I got the other ones perfect. So we'll just pop that out of there again. All the other equipment will remain roughly the same. I will have to do some rejigging though to make room for 2 lasers here instead of a hangar. That's just a matter of taking out the armor and dropping the hangar, and we're going to lose all the planes, and I accept that. It's all part of the fun, right? It's just a couple of, just about, I don't know, make me cry now. 12 planes, no big deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an experiment. We're going to do head-to-head, and I've been giving it some thought, and I'm thinking to myself, how can I do this? If I go into, find a, oh, don't do that. If I go to find a mission, I do PvP, I could get anybody at random. Now, what if one guy's easy and one guy's hard? Is that a fair comparison? I'd have to somehow get the same guy. And then it occurred to me, I'm going to run away. That's what occurred to me. But there is a way that if I go in, don't do that, and I find my friends. Look, there's my friends. Hi, friends. There's old Jerfy. Why don't we try a little bit of head-to-head with old Jerfy? I like Jerfy. He's my friend. So let's take on some people in our own group and see what happens. So one of whom is Jerf. So let's see what happens if we try to do a battle with hangars using the AI, and we'll see how well the hangars perform. So we're going to go in, and this way it's the same battle. It's the same guy. We can see how well things go here. So there's Jerf. Friendly a challenge, no ammo will be used, no loot or XP or rewards. This is between me and my buddy Jerf, and this is his ship, and he's fallen angels. Wait a minute, that's not part of our fleet. No, it's not. He's out there, he's joined another group because he's trying to find out more about fleets and how they work so he can bring that knowledge back and help us get better in Pocket Captains. So he's doing some advanced scouting. We knew he was doing this. His sneaky little pirate ship is in there learning what it can. So let's go in and see what Jerf can do to us. So hello, Jerfy. I'm not going to hit, I'm going to resist the temptation. Now you notice I'm a little underpowered here. Now he's got plasmas. He's got his teleporter. He's got a hangar himself. 3 reactors. Already my shields are down. And there's some damage going on. He's taking out my hangar. How rude. Now, how am I supposed to do an effective experiment if you kill everybody in my hangar? Come on now, let me get a plane off. And my reactors are dead. This is going to be a terrible experiment. I can tell already. He stripped me of everything. Dagnabbit, the lad is good. The lad is really good. Look what he did to me. Oh, this is a humiliating loss for the good guys. That pirate. That wicked pirate. His own fighters are surrounding him. He's got the lighter ones. What are we doing to him? Well, we killed a reactor, a teleporter. We're about to kill his hangar. He's almost got me. He's almost got me. Oh, we ran right into a security door. That was brilliant. What else have we got going on? Not a lot else. I think my anti-aircraft gun is toast. Yep. So I've got my own fighters surrounding him. But we haven't really made any damage. I'm going to die long before that. There's just too much damage going on. These two yum-yums are obviously from his ship. So I lost that one horribly. Horribly. And what did we learn from that encounter? Well, we learned don't pick a fight with Jerfy. So we'll come back. I'm going to do these in a series using this ship alone. Picking on some people that I know. Friends. And then we're going to switch the gear around and attack the exact same people. So the first one on our list, I'm going to make a note of that because make it easier for me to do the head-to-head comparison later on. Yeah, we'll fight Jerf. Even though he's better ship, even though he's going to kick my butt, he's still the first one on the list. Gotta tell him he's got a good ship, by golly. Okay, so now what I've done since we did our last test, I'll be honest, I had to do a little delay because it won't let me go back and fight my friends again right away, which is very disappointing. So I waited a day, but I haven't really changed the ship. You might have noticed the fleet is now a little more up to date than it was. Otherwise, ship's in the same shape as it always was, except now we've got some lasers in place of the fighters. They're both up to date, which is something I forgot to do, but I had done over the weekend. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take these up against the same people. Now I got trashed pretty badly by some of them, so let's see if we still get trashed pretty badly. So what we're going to do is go in here. We're going to find our good friends like Jerfy. Now Jerfy kicked my butt last time. He's never wrong. Let's see what happens now when we go in with lasers. Maybe we can judge by how long it takes us to die. Searching out Jerfy. There's my buddy. Again, no damage, no rewards. This is just for fun. It's an experiment. Zoom in. So, direct attack. So far, so good. We're doing some damage. Not a lot, I grant you. Oh. Maybe a little more than last time. I remember attacking his... Now, they're doing damage to my ship, but this time we're repairing a little more readily. There's a war. Okay, he got my shield generator. Fighters are now surrounding my vessel, and nobody's repairing the anti-aircraft... Ah, there we go. Anti-aircraft guns are being repaired, and we're still battling it on. And this isn't the upset that it was last time. Now, I would love to move that guy around and fight back, but the truth is this is an experiment, and you'll notice... Having the gun... Oh, there goes his fighter. We're fighting now to take out his hangar. Oh, right into the shield grid. That guy... And I knew it was going to happen because it happened last time. Remarkably enough, we won this time. I didn't expect to win. I really didn't think I was going to win. This was a good ship. And that's that early hit. Some of those early hits make a difference, especially when there's a border. It really turned the tide of the battle. Interesting. I did not expect any of this. This is an upset for me. I thought with the new shields being in place, being tougher to knock them down, that the time it would take my missiles to take out the shield room, that those lasers were doing nothing, just bouncing off shields, not doing anything, and I could use that time for fighters instead. Build up a fighter attack force. This is quite a surprise for me. So, what an experiment. I'm actually really happy I did this. Let's try somebody else. Let's go find another friend. Let's go ahead and not take on Jerf. Jerf was too tough. Let's try Pocket Miner. So we'll skip all that and we'll go right to Pocket. Hello, Pocket Miner. Let's do an attack on you, see what you've got under the hood. Interesting ship, interesting formation. We beamed in. Let's see if we get a fighter launch this time. Now, it might not seem fair because we couldn't get a fighter launch the last one to say, was that a real comparison? But the truth is, that's a reality we have to factor in. factor in because fighters are slower to launch. Now our ship's in good shape, hasn't been appreciably harmed. We're getting several fighters launched now. His main defense grids are stripped down. And we're firing away. But the fighters really only got 2 decent shots off. This time we're going to do pocket miners with lasers. Now there's the good ship pocket miner. It's a nice little ship. I got one like it myself. We went straight for the reactors. Again, my lasers are bouncing off his shields. There's nothing wrong with his shields at all. I'm holding one of those reactors, crippling. I'm holding 2 reactors, crippling. My missiles are going. My lasers are getting right in there, right off the bat. No hesitation, no waiting. I just killed my own guy. But nevertheless, the lasers are definitely participating quick and hard. No doubt about it. Even with the new shielding, these guys are right in there, hammering away. Let's pick somebody else here. Friends? Sorry, friends. We are friends, I promise. Let's try Chalky. Chalky. No, he's on. Well, accept his friend request. Hi there, Chalky. Oh, I got some outstanding stuff. Well, of course I accept these. Of course I do. Hello there. Hello. I'm looking for people to pick a fight with. Let's try Arctic. Arctic is a really good guy. He's one of the great guys in our fleet. And we're going to give Arctic a test. See how he does against this ship. I bet you it's going to be a good battle. Attack. Look at his ship. Nice color. Now, it's not that different than my own. Look at that. He's got lasers and hangars. He got one launched already. Because he was very serious about it. And you see, I'm running hangars, but I don't even have it fully powered because I've made missiles a bigger priority to take down the shields. And I haven't even done that yet. I'm still bouncing off his shields. My ship is already defenseless. Look at him. He's dismantling me. He's good. He is very good. Don't know how I managed to strip my defenses so quickly, but his fighters are just tearing me apart. Which making for a good case for fighters, I'll tell you that right now. I've got some work to do on my ship too, obviously. I mean, look at these guys. He is dissecting me. What have I done to him? Nothing. Nothing at all. Really good job. He's got nothing that I don't have, but he's doing it, he's using what he's got so much more efficiently than I am. I know, I've got those gas reactors. They're on there for a reason. I'm trying to catch up a few things. Well, that was a tough battle for the good guys, that being me. Nothing wrong with this vessel. Let's go at it now. We've disabled this transporter. Not that that held up long against those particular zombies. He's ready to beam over. We're in there. We're beaming away. We've got full attack on his shield grid, but all the lasers are bouncing off his shields. They're good shields. Level 9. And those shields are now taking a pounding, and the lasers are helping. Direct hit by lasers. Even though they're disabled, I'm not going to repair them. I'll let my crew do their thing, make it a good experiment. My ship's been attacked pretty hard. The shields are down. The anti-aircraft's down. He's launching his fighters. And we're still concentrating on those lasers. Just can't quite get that. Now his shields are up. Just can't quite kill that guy who keeps fixing the shield. It's really frustrating. Back on my own ship, I'm getting my butt kicked. There's no way I'm going to win this one. He's just too good. Look at those fighters surrounding me. But I actually did put up a good fight this time. Got to work on my AI a bit. Got to get, Arctic 79 is teaching me some stuff here. I'm getting schooled. I'm going to school. Thanks, Arctic 79, for all that you do, buddy. Let's try one more. Let's do Chalky. Let's round out the evening with Chalky. Hello there, buddy. What have you got? It's a tight little ship. Very tight. Looks like it's a little lower, but it's really tight. Look at that. Really well laid out. Smart design. He's got all his weapons lined up like that so he can work on them. Switch back and forth. There's some good back and forth on those reactors. It's a pretty good ship. Now we're stripping it hard. It's reactors. I've got one fighter. I've got two fighters. They even fired yet. Okay, I got one that's firing, two that's now firing. So a little bit in now. We're almost, what is it, a minute in before we start to get any real fighter engagement. Now, of course, the nice thing is if he starts to destroy my ship, I've got some fighters in the air. So that's how it looks with fighters. Okay, so once again, our lasers are pounding away. We've taken out his anti-aircraft gun. That's a problem. The general's taking out anti-aircraft guns, and I didn't retune him so he wouldn't do that because it's kind of disabling the lasers a little bit. For the fighters, it was necessary, but for the lasers, he could be doing something more important. That isn't actually all that helpful. Now, there's my berserker running around just killing different rooms. It's just funny. Once again, in the new world, even with the new shields, the new effects, the lasers are still relevant. And the fighters are just not keeping up the same as the lasers, even when they're not manned. And I don't have, I mean, technically these guys will go down and help arm the lasers during the battle once they've done the teleporter thing, if they can do the teleporter thing. But overall, the experiment has been, you know, an eye-opener for me. That if I have to choose between the two, the fighters are fun. They are. They're a lot of fun. But if you have to choose between lasers and fighters, which is essentially the same attack, one using laser, you know, whether it's a laser mounted to a ship or a laser mounted to your ship, to a fighter, or a laser mounted to your ship, I got to be honest with you, the ship-mounted lasers, which fire quicker, there's two of them, they fire early and they fire often, are pretty effective, and they don't have to deal with the anti-aircraft problem that hangars have to deal with. So overall, I'm giving my thumbs up for the lasers. If I have to choose, I'm taking lasers. The fighters are too slow to launch. They don't engage early enough, and they're very vulnerable to attack any aircraft fire. People board and take out the hangars. I have seen it where my ship was basically stripped of its systems. The crew was dead. The reactors were gone. And I still won. Because, frankly, the fighters were just hammering away. I had enough in the air, and he didn't have any crew either. His anti-aircraft couldn't take them out. And the fighters actually carried the day. So it is possible for fighters to close the deal. I could remove these two bolters, but then space is an issue. Where do you put them? If I remove the two bolters and the plasma, well, I'll be honest, the plasma is a quick and early fire too. And I wouldn't want to give that up. So, if you're looking at making the choice between fighters and lasers, my money's on the lasers. So that's my 2 nickels worth. But if you guys have something you'd like to add or something you think I might have missed, then by all means, make a comment. I'd love to read these comments and let us know what you think, and we'll be happy to review them. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching my crazy little experiment, fighters versus lasers. I hope you guys are having a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with this, especially today. And I'm like everyone all the time. I think you should seek to have a little bit of fun every day. Thank you very much for listening, and good night. Get more tips at pocketcaptains.com.